Hello. Picture driving into one of God's beautiful creations and seeing some eye-capturing depictions of natural wildlife and historic events. Each stopping point has spectacular views no matter what time of year it is. Welcome to Yellowstone National Park, where more than 4 million visitors see more than 3,000 miles of rugged wildlife and historical landmarks each year. Today, we will be taking a closer look at some of the most popular tourist attractions that Yellowstone National Park has to offer. The simplicity and fully natural views of this national park are so profound and amazing. I am pleased to act as your tour guide and show you some of the most scenic places that Yellowstone National Park has to offer. First stop on this tour is Old Faithful, arguably one of the most known tourist attractions in the entire Yellowstone National Park. Old Faithful is one of the nearly 500 geysers in Yellowstone and one of six that park rangers currently predict. The photo to the right accurately shows just how high this geyser explodes, and it was also taken by Brushwood Wildlife Tours, which are now available during a season to tour. It explodes roughly every 60 to 120 minutes, with an average interval time of around 90 minutes. Each eruption expels 3,700 to 8,400 gallons of water. Old Faithful is located in the Upper Geyser Basin of Yellowstone National Park. People refer to Old Faithful as something that has existed for a long time. This picture on the bottom right, in which came from the Guardian Tours, shows how beautiful an Old Faithful eruption can be. We can now continue on to one of the largest valleys in the entire national park, Hayden Valley. The next interesting point that I will be telling you about in Yellowstone National Park is the beautiful Hayden Valley. Hayden Valley is a broad, open valley in Yellowstone that is known for its wildlife and scenic beauty. As you can see from the left slide, this is an image of the valley from the Introduction to Yellowstone Tour guide. Hayden Valley also includes a broad valley of herds of bison, scattered elk, and the occasional grizzly bear. You are also likely to see ducks, Canada geese, and pelicans lounging in or near the Yellowstone River. There are also a number of roadside turnouts offering views on both sides of the road. Several turnouts allow a panoramic valley view of the floor below. The picture on the right is a wonderful representation of the Mary Mountain Trail. Hayden Valley by Carson and Camilla's travel journey and photography. Mary Mountain Trail is a 20.2-mile trail in Yellowstone National Park that crosses Hayden Valley from east to west. It is one of the most popular hikes in the area. In addition, Mary Mountain Trail is also close to Mary Mountain Lake. Now, let's continue on from Hayden Valley to Lower Yellowstone River Falls, one of the best views in the 3,471 miles of the national park. Finally, we will now take a closer look at the Lower Yellowstone River Falls, one of the main and most spectacular viewpoints that Yellowstone National Park has to offer. This photo, on the top right, accurately encapsulates the beauty of this large waterfall. In addition, this photo also depicts a great general view of the waterfall, which is longer than half a mile at the end of the canyon. Inspiration Point offers one of the most photographical views at this park. The lower falls can be seen from the north and south rim drives. The best time to visit the falls is also in the spring of summer. The bank of the Lower Falls Trail spews between 5,000 to 60,000 gallons of water 308 foot down to the bottom of it. You can catch a distant view of this from a tower that is adjacent to the falls. The photo on the bottom right from the National Park Service accurately shows how much water is being plunged into the brink of the falls. Overall, the Yellowstone National Park is home to some of the prettiest viewpoints that this country has to offer. As we finalize our tour, our primary goal was to explore some of the most historical tourist attractions that Yellowstone National Park encloses. We toured Hayden Valley, Old Faithful, and the Lower Yellowstone River Falls. Each place shows how remarkable this natural park truly is. I hope this tour has shown you how scenic Yellowstone National Park truly is. I encourage you to visit Yellowstone just like I have in the summer of 2024. If you ever have the opportunity to, remember, take a walk with nature, appreciate what God has given us. Thank you.